This is the homework for lesson number 49 of the Arduino Uno R4 Wi-Fi series of lessons that Paul McCorder has on YouTube. Let me go ahead and just do a quick overview of what's going on here. I've include stepper.h. That's the library for it. And I set up steps at 2038 and the RPM to 10. Then I defined the pins for forward pin 1, forward 1's pin button, and a forward 10 pin button, 7 and 8. Then I go reverse 1's button, 12, and a reverse 10's button has 13. And then I added a couple LEDs so you can see which direction it's going. Okay, then I set up all the states, all the button states going down here. We got all the button states, and then we got the forward red LED and the green LEDs. Now down here to setup, here's where we set up the two DTs, like one DT for debounce and one DT for just a little. I wanted to turn the LEDs on, but I didn't want to leave them on, so I turned them on, and 300 milliseconds later turned them off. Now here's a stepper. This is where we define the stepper. And of course, this is with the pins that we set up. It's what Paul came up with, was the steps 2, 3, 4, and 5, which are not off the wall numbers here, which I don't remember. But I think 3 and 4 are reversed. And if we go to the setup, I set up the serial anywhere the serial, so I could do some troubleshooting. And then down here, I've set up all the different buttons. I got a forward 1's button, a forward 10's button, reverse 1's button, and a reverse 10's button. Then I got a forward red LED pin and a reverse LED pin, or green LED pin. That's a mouthful. Okay. Then we go down here to the loop. And when we first start out, we do a read for the two buttons for the forward 10s and forward 1s. This is for the forward section. I go through and check to see if the button has been pressed. And then if it's 0, I'll go ahead and set the RPM. And then I take the steps and divide it by 360 degrees. And that gives me 1 degree per push. And then we got a digital right. This turns on the red LED so that I know which direction I'm going. Then I put a little the 300 millisecond delay to turn that thing. Delay to allow the LED to go back off, because you don't really want it on. Just sit there and blind you, and it'll wash out the camera as well. Okay, then here's where I say after that's 300 milliseconds later, I set it low. Then the DT is just the what do you call it? Keep debounce under control. And anyhow, next one is forward 1s. This one was forward 1s. Oh, this is where I go. I take the forward 1's but state old and equal to forward 1's but state regular but state. And then we go to the next section. The next section will be forward 10s. This is for the 10s, for the forward. Here's where I check to see if we press the button. Same thing on this one. And then we say if it's equal to 0, we do all the stuff. Here I've set the steps, divide by 360, and multiply by 10 to give me 10 degrees per step. And then I have Then I set up the LEDs. In this case here, it's still red because we're going in forward direction. And then I do a little delay so that the LED will go off. Then do another delay for the debounce. Okay, then I set the LED off there. Now we're up to tens. Okay. What did I do here? But stay on. Yeah. And then we down here, we get into the reverse. The reverse ones, but state old equals but state. Okay, anyway, this was reverse. That's what it was. Oops. Okay. This is what confused me. I'm sitting there looking at this forward tens but state old equals forward tens but state. And that was just a tail end of the other one. Let me put a space between there so it doesn't confuse me again. And then here's where we start the next one. Then we go and read both buttons, the one for the ones and the one for tens by just sampling them here with a digital read. then we do a quick check to see if the button was pushed, which button is pushed. If the ones button is pushed, this will be active, and if the tens button is pushed, this one will be active. Yeah, basically the same thing as above. You get for 10, you can divide by 360 by 10, and that gives you 10 degrees per push or per button press. And then we do all that. Then we do our housekeeping here, make the old equal the new, and we go back up and start all over again. Anyhow, let me go up here. Let's go here and we'll go ahead and run it. Okay, now I'm downloading. I'm sure there's a better way to do all this, but it's what I came up with. Anyhow, I turned the power supply on, and then I got the ones button. I'm going to push it. You can see that little marker just barely moving because that's only 1 degree. Okay, and then if I push the red button, it goes 10 degrees. And if I want it to go back, I go to this one, which is the yellow button. It sends it backwards 10 degrees, and this takes it back 1 degree. If I go forward 10 degrees, back 10 degrees. Anyhow, there's my homework, and I appreciate you doing these videos, Paul. And that's the end of my homework. Bye.